I went to this debate years ago between this artist, Android Jones, who does digital art. And, people who were pure painters before said, oh, digital art isn't real art. You're using computers, etc. And there was a debate between him and then other artists, if you will, who create AI generated images. Like, for example, I have a friend who's created an entire tarot deck that is AI generated, and then he packages it and sells it. He prompted it until it got the look he wanted. Do you think it is as simple as just saying that's not art, or do you think that really does come down to just personal opinion, or do you feel strongly about it?
No, I think it is as simple as that. That's not art.
I definitely feel that way with music.
I've taken an aesthetics class at university, so I know a thing or two. The only thing I learned in that class is, what the hell is art? I don't know. So don't take it from me, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay, but just generally speaking on the AI subject, I do have my qualms, as you can see, about AI. Of course, it is wrong. It hallucinates. We know these problems, right? But you could imagine, oh, that's just some, bugs they're going to wrinkle out of the whatever. They'll iron that out eventually. More importantly, it is making your brain atrophy. There are already signs of the cognitive decline of the people who over rely on AI to do their thinking for them. But okay, some people will take it too far, but as long as you know how to use it properly. Okay, so how about the controlled, centralized nature of the AI implementations that most people use, the Groks, the ChatGPTs, etc. That obviously is a tool point for potential censorship and control in the future. I think exactly as Whitney said, this is the carrot phase. There will be a stick phase. And it's coming a few years from now. Suddenly, wow, this isn't as useful anymore. Now it's just telling me all the propaganda stuff. But that could be countered, like Hakeem says. Well, just run your own local implementation and make sure it's air gapped and don't connect it to the internet. So you got your own, as Ernest Hancock often says, I want Jarvis, not Siri. As in, I want my own personal implementation of this, decentralized, off the grid. Okay, all right. Also, another problem with this. The only information that AI ever has is digital information that has been digitized. So all it knows is what is on the internet or what has been pumped in through digital channels. It knows nothing about the actual real world that has not been digitized yet. So that's kind of a flaw. But all of those things are, you could say, well, they'll get better at it. It'll be, they'll refine it. But no, the fundamental problem is what Whitney points at. This is an existential threat to humanity. We are going to lose what it means to be human the more we attach ourselves to these machine implementations. And it is not some easy step that I'm saying, oh, okay, so just don't use AI and we'll all be fine. Because I will admit, as Hakeem was talking about there, what's the difference between using internet for your research and using AI for your research? Hey, look at it this way. I use Wikipedia. Now, how do I use Wikipedia? I go straight down to the references at the bottom and find the article that they're linking to and go read that and see what, I don't cite Wikipedia. Honestly, the people who write those articles, AI told me this, are like the people who cite Wikipedia, right? Like, no, you don't understand how this works. Maybe you have a conversation and it tells you something and you go and find it independently and you cite that. But no, I use Wikipedia. So what's the difference between that and using ChatGPT, right? It's just a tool. I get there is definitely a murky line here, and none of you would know anything about me if it wasn't for the internet and my use of this digital technology. So I'm not floating on a cloud here. I'm not saying there's an easy answer, but I know where this is heading. I know the path we're on, and I do not want to end up at that end path because we are birthing the silicon intelligence that will be the new life form that eclipses humanity. And I don't want to live that Ray Kurzweil nightmare. Thank you.